Hello guys, today I'll show you how to send a post request from jQuery and fetch the data through a model and then bind it to HTML text controls in ASP.NET Core. So if we are looking at this, I'll show you my program. So these are the two JSON methods that we will be hitting the post requests on, and then based on the request we will send out the response. Okay, so I have two methods here. So one is simply giving you a return of a string value, and the other one is giving you the return of model, person model. Okay, so I'll show you what is the person model looks like. So TBL persons here. So this is the thing that we will get in response. Alright guys, so let's quickly go ahead to the program. So I have already started debugging this application. So it's live now. So I'm first of all I'm trying to fetch the a ticket number. This is going to be a random, not a random. This is going to be a serial number, and that works on basis of what kind of ticket I'm trying to raise. Okay, so for example, I'm trying to raise a service request. This will let's put on the inspect, and wait, let's do a small refresh. Okay, so let's see if I am pressing on service request here. Okay, so okay, that hit the controller's post request, and here we received the ticket type. So you can see that it's a service request, and we are using switch case to figure out if it's a service request. Then my ticket number should start with an SR, if an incident IN, if a change CH, if a problem PR. Okay, now um, um, if we go on, wait, so I got an SR, and then based on that it's checking the conditions, and now it will go, it's counting the IDs. Okay, it's counting the IDs. If whatever the ID is there, it will give me the next number. Okay, so it should give me 3 plus plus. Now I got 3. So the ticket number should be SR, and then type of characters, and then 3. Okay, you see this SR 000003. Okay, now let's do continue. Okay, came here. Okay, we got this. So this is purely a JSON request, jQuery request. If you want to see the coding here, my JSON request for the ticket number was here. Ticket type dot change. So this is when we made the drop down change, and it's first of all catching the value that is being generated when we select the drop down. So TT type will catch the value, what kind of value I'm sending it to the controller. So if it's a service request, it will catch on as a service request. If it's a change, it will change, and it will catch change. And if it's a problem, PR, and whatever the case. Okay, now it goes constant. I think this one is not used here. We are not using this one. So debugger is there just to pause the flow, and then it's a post request. URL is the controller, and then the action result, then data. Yes, I'm sending this T type to the ticket type. This is the parameter, and if the result comes in, I was trying to show the result in a div as well. So that's the thing, and then I'm also showing that result in the ticket number field. That's the text field, and then val is the value, and then whatever result you received, um, that result. So we are passing only one value. That's why it's a single value, and it's bind it to this text field. uh, if you look at the UI, so this is the field. Okay, now let's move on to the next one, and let's see the method for getting a phone number. Okay. Okay, so the method for phone number will be like, I'm going to send the person's phone number, and it will fetch me the person's name and email from TBL persons. Okay, so let's do this. And TBL persons has only one person, Abanikanta, and I'm going to copy the phone number, paste it in the person phone, and tab. Alright, so debugger started its work, and now it's catching the phone number that I'm sending. So a blur function, I'm using a blur function because the focus out, we also have a focus out method, but that function, it kept repeatedly coming back to the text box. I don't know, for some reason, so I used a blur method. You can either use a blur or a focus out, but blur works more effectively. Okay, so now it's trying, it will go to the get person. Let's go back to the code here. This one, get person, it's calling a get person method. And what is get person doing? It's taking a variable, and then it will trim if there is any leading or trailing spaces in the text box, and then it will check if the length is 0. It will say that it cannot be blank, and then it will go to the Ajax method, uh, go with a type of post method, and it will try to get into the controller, get the value, and then process its request. Alright, so let's move ahead. Okay, so our controller is hit, and let's check if the phone number is there. Yes, the phone number is there. Now it will process the results from the model. Come on, did I make any change? I think I made a change. I'm sorry about that. Sorry about that, guys. So what happened was, like, I did commented the CS HTML code. That's why the program refreshed. Alright, so now it's hit the uh, person details method, and here it's only trying to fetch the person details based on the phone number, and it will return JSON along with that model value. Okay, let's go ahead. Oh no, what's going on? Sorry, what's going on? Something wrong. Okay, so posted the phone number. Come on. Phone number, got the debugger. Continue, continue. Should hit my action result. Go, move, move. Let's see if it has fetched. Yes, data is there. Now it should give me the return result as Abanikanta. Continue. Okay, came back to the debugger. Continue. Continue. See, guys, okay, so it fetched the result. Now the result has to be here. Okay, one thing to mention here, see the column name, it's a capital P at the beginning, and for phone also it's a capital P, for email also it's a capital E. But if you look at the um, value at in the jQuery, it has to be a small p. If you mention it as capital P, it will not fetch the record. I have faced the problem. So you can see, how could you know that? Well, when you are hitting the result comes up, but when you bind it with a capital P in a person name and a capital E in an email, it will not bind it. Okay, so you have to check what result is received in the response, and you have to act accordingly. So I saw that person name has a small p. Otherwise it took me like a long time to figure out what's wrong. So it was capital P, and then I put on to a small p and it worked. Okay, so let's go ahead with the result. So perfect. So both our results are fetched, and you can see that the person name is fetched and the person email is fetched based on the phone number. Alright guys, so that was all for today, and I hope you pretty much understood what was going on. Let me show you the code again. Let's go back to the code, and this is the code for this is the function actually for getting the person's details. You can see that if the length is 0, then it will show me that there is no data. And I mean, if I'm sending a blank request and then if there is some value, then it will fetch these two records and it will bind them. Okay, so what we are all doing here, we are sending a URL, a data, and a success or an error. So here these two types of methods, data is not required, the content type and data type field, these two fields are not required. Without using those two things, I'm still able to fetch the data. So pretty much it's working. So I hope this makes sense to you, and you should be able to use this kind of codings in your application. Alright guys, so that was all. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.